Hello again YouTube, I'm back again with another game soundtrack review. This one was actually proposed to me by my personal friend, Legendary Super Mario. Today I'll be reviewing Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Now I have to say I'm very grateful for him for showing me this soundtrack because I am very enthusiastic about going through it. Actually I've already gone through it, but I'm very enthusiastic about doing this review. The first thing with the soundtrack, I haven't actually played the game, but I know enough about it to know what its themes are, its tones, its general characteristics. It's going for a light-hearted, happy-go-lucky mood. I mean, it's a Mario game, so it's going to go for more upbeat tunes. This one in particular, though, it's a step above what you'd find in Super Mario World. This one was composed by Koji Kondo, of course, and this was actually done in 1995, 2 years after Star Fox and Super Mario All-Stars, and 2 years before that was A Link to the Past. So this is coming off a bit of a hiatus, but clearly he never even lost a beat with this soundtrack. One thing I'd like to mention is back in my Mega Man review, you may recall I took some points off for the track being overly simplistic. This soundtrack, however, while it is simple, a lot of the tunes are simple enough to remain catchy, and yet at the same time, they're also kind of complex. They use a varied amount of synthesized instruments, from guitar to bass guitar to keyboard, drums, saxophone, I think even trombone in there. But it's a very diverse set of synthesized instruments within the soundtrack. One track I thought was a really nice touch is Story Organ. So we'll go ahead and play that one. Now, this particular song was set up to mimic a child's music box. And as a matter of fact, as a nice touch, you can hear the tumblers working in the background of the song. This is a really nice intro to a story about a lost baby. It maintains an infantile sense of calm and peacefulness. But from thereafter, it starts to really pick up into some of Koji Kondo's more recognizable jazz-based tunes. One of his more iconic ones, and one that made it into 2 different iterations of Smash Bros. With a good reason, is Flower Garden. So we'll go ahead and play that. So as you can see, the tune is light, it's bouncy, you can almost feel the colorfulness in the song. It does bear some similarities to tunes in Super Mario World, but it's distinct in its own way. Like I said, it's very catchy because of its constant energy. It's not overly energetic, but it's got a very nice rhythm to it. And coming right after that is Golden Score. Now this one you can actually hear accordion in it. That and with another song. But this one picks up the pace. It's typically used whenever you complete a level as Golden Score. It's kind of obvious. But it's a very nice upbeat soundtrack. I absolutely love the energy in this one. The intro The intro was an effective lead-in into a nice bouncy rhythm. Anyways, continuing on to the next track, Athletic. Now this one also made it into the soundtracks of a couple Smash Bros. Games. This is one of Yoshi's more popular tunes. And similar to Golden Score and Flower Garden, it maintains a consistent bouncy energy to it while being its own distinct song. I mean, you listen to it, it repeats every one of those songs repeats the first couple segments, usually 2 or 3 times. So it can really get stuck in your head, before it continues on to the next bars where it varies up. As you can hear in this one, you can hear a bit of a synthesized acoustic guitar in the background with the plucking of the guitar strings. That might also be ukulele, I'm not entirely sure. Now the other interesting thing about this game, and what I think really speaks to Koji Kondo's talent, is he's able to completely switch up the tone of the song, but make it a comfortable transition. Yoshi's Island does have a few more darker, serious tones, and they show well in a few of these tracks, but he doesn't do it without transition. I mean, you don't want to go from an upbeat, joyful soundtrack with acoustic guitar and accordion into something that uses a deep bass guitar and synthesized electric. And what I think was a really smooth transitional track is Castle and Fortress. Now listen carefully to this first part. Some food for thought, we won't discuss it too much now. That intro might have reminded you of another song by Koji Kondo, which would come out about 3 years later. The intro to the song Storms, played by the windmill guy. Anyways, this song takes on a more slower, more serious beat, but it doesn't completely do away with the lighthearted attitude you'd see in Flower Garden. It's very reminiscent to the castle theme from Super Mario World. And of course you get into mid-boss theme. We won't play that one right now, but it doesn't get too serious. I mean, it's a mid-boss, it's not supposed to be very tense. But then you get into in front of the boss's room, which serves as another transitional track. Now this one immediately evokes feelings of danger, a dark foreboding presence just beyond that door. You know there's going to be a huge challenge as soon as you hear that music. I guarantee after the first couple times, it's almost like an instinctive reaction. And one of my favorite tracks actually is the very next one, Big Boss. And no, I'm not talking about Metal Gear. Now, listen to the beginning. Now, you can hear the synthesized guitar playing a very fast riff right at the start, while the drums maintain a slower beat at about half the speed. And then bam, it kicks into a really fast rhythm for an intense fight. And from there, the keyboard only picks up in complexity to match the speed of the song. It's energy in a whole different tone than what you'd see in Flower Garden. It's absolutely a fantastic tune for boss fights. One of the main reasons why I enjoyed this soundtrack so much. And as a matter of fact, going off this particular theme, I wanted to play what I believe was Legendary Super Mario's favorite track from this particular album, Koopa. So as you can see, it starts off very slow, progressing. There's danger coming. And there it is. You can hear the bass guitar in the background. Right before the electric guitar starts to kick in. Now, even though it's synthesized, a lot of these instruments are really easy to pick up. You can tell which ones they are, what kind of instruments they are, just mostly by the placement and the tone of the song. But this track is absolutely fantastic, and I think it's tied with Big Boss for my favorite tune because of the energy that it packs into a fantastic boss fight. I can definitely see why it might be Legendary Super Mario's favorite track. That being said, there's a lot of great songs in this soundtrack. A couple of them I didn't find so memorable. The Above Ground tune and the Yoshi Start Demo and Practice Course, good songs, but I feel like they're overshadowed by a lot of the rest of the soundtrack. If you want an example of catchy though, listen to Map. It's very simple. It only takes like 10 seconds, but you get the general gist of the song. It's very catchy. Anyways, all that being said, I highly recommend this soundtrack for leisure listening. Download it wherever you can, listen to it. You don't even have to be playing the game. It's a very solid piece of music from Koji Kondo. Gucci ain't stupid. I'm giving it a 9. Legendary Super Mario, thank you so much for suggesting this soundtrack. I might actually want to take even more requests now. So if you do happen to have any requests, leave it in the comments below. Hit subscribe and give me a like. And hopefully I should have the next soundtrack posted in about 3 or 4 days. Anyways, thank you so much for watching.